What's up, guys? It's Garage Goons, most trash show on YouTube. Um, just real quick, this is never going to be a review channel. I want to stay focused on interviewing interesting people, entertainment, music, and sports, and then dabble in a little bit of, whatever, pop culture, relationships, whatever, you know, um, that kind of stuff. But still the most trash show on YouTube. And so far, I I just got a couple of people because I posted on my story a couple of days ago asking me or commenting or liking my ghost bed content. Um, so I'm just going to talk about that. I had since 2017 the original ghost bed, and I just went from ghost bed to ghost bed LUXE, which is like the super cooling, soft, cool to the touch mattress. It's like supposed to be the coolest one in their lineup. Both beds are all foam, no springs, no coils in them, and both of them are queens. So I guess size hasn't really changed. And the ghost bed, this is not. I did not get rid of it because I didn't like it anymore. It wasn't comfortable enough for me. But to be honest, I had back spasms bad in like 2017. Real bad back spasms in 2017. I know I was working really hard, not sleeping enough, probably drinking a little bit more than I should have been. And I think a lot of things went into it, but I was also lifting. Like I was just burning the candle at both ends of the wick, just to be honest with you guys. But I went from my old inner spring. Actually, it might have been pocketed coils. It might have been nicer than inner spring because I got that mattress in 2015, but that one only lasted me 2 years. And yeah, that's no good. So I was having back issues. I was having back spasms. It was pain in the morning. It would seize up. Luckily, it was upper back issues. And then I bought the ghost bed, and 2 weeks after sleeping on it, not all of my back pain went away, but like a lot, the vast majority of my back pain, spasms stopped. I didn't have to keep going back to the doctor for muscle relaxers, which I don't like taking anyways, but it was getting bad. And it really helped out my back. And I really liked it because at the time, this is 2017. So like the whole bed and box thing was blowing up, but like the brands that exist, there's like 100 zillion different brands now that didn't exist back then. So like at the time, all you had was like, I think Purple, Tuft and Needle, Casper, and Ghost Bed were like the four that I remember just being, in my feed, and maybe there was a lot more, but they were just the ones pushing the advertising a lot at the time. So I only felt like I had like 4 or 5 choices at the time, but I liked the Ghost Bed because it used latex foam for the top layer. It's Dunlop latex, which I'm not sure if that's synthetic or if it's made from the rubber tree like real latex. I'm pretty sure it's synthetic, but essentially it feels the same as other latex, and it's perforated, so it has like pretty good airflow. As far as I know a lot of you guys probably heard latex and thought like, oh well, that probably doesn't breathe too well. I mean, latex, nothing is supposed to escape it, which is why it's used for making other things. But yeah, no, it was a fairly, everything I read about these bed and boxes that were all foam said they slept hotter than spring mattresses, just because spring mattresses naturally have a lot of essentially air, right, with them because of the coils or the inner springs. It's just there's a natural void in the mattress, so air can flow more freely through them. So that was my big worry because I already sleep like a lava rock. But basically, fast forward 3 years, my back pain has gone down significantly. It hasn't even scratched what it was in 2017. It's upper back pain between my shoulder blades. Probably has to do with bad posture, but also, I've been in a few car accidents as well as played football and done mixed martial arts. So yeah, there's been a lot of trauma that's happened to my back. So that's a big deal to me. So I need something that helps me out there. And I'm primarily a side sleeper. I sleep on my side, at least starting. I tend to move in the night. Sometimes I'll wake up on my back. Sometimes I'll wake up on my side. I never sleep on my stomach, but yeah, so back inside, but mostly I would say I'm primarily a side sleeper, and I'm about 200 pounds. So fast forward, let's see, it was 2017 at some point. It's about 4 years old, right? So they say you should replace your mattress every 7 to 10 years. So 4 years kind of feels like, damn man, that didn't hit the mark. But I got to tell you, I can't really knock it because again, getting rid of those spasms I was having and those back pains and literally having to call out from work and it affecting my money was a big deal. So I had to do something about it. I did, and I have no regrets about it. Why I got rid of it? Well, I like the idea of latex because the top layer is latex on the ghost bed. Then below that you have gel memory foam, and then below that you have like a thick layer of just like base support harder foam that's supposed to act as like what the coils would be, like the support underneath. Like the top layers are supposed to give you the feel, and the bottom layers are supposed to give you the long lasting durability that props the rest of the mattress that you're actually feeling sleeping on top of it up, if that makes any sense. It's the foundation, if you will. And because I'm 200 pounds and a side sleeper, I noticed that and I rotated the bed, everything, man, everything I could do. I rotated the bed, about after a year and a half, and I rotated again after about another year. So like, I know all the little tricks you can do. And I noticed that, because I sleep on my side, it's less surface area, right? So you're going to sink deeper into the mattress. And this is just basic physics. There's less surface area with the same amount of weight. You're more likely to penetrate deeper into something. Like, think about applying 3 pounds of pressure to your skin with your hand versus think about applying 3 pounds of pressure to your skin with a knife. Like, one of those things is going to feel a whole lot different and potentially sink in, so that's something that happens. And over time, why I rotated it is because I would get these little slight dips and I would just move over 6 inches, find a new fresh space. But like, essentially at a certain point, there was a built-in dip, and it wasn't bad, guys. I'm not here to tell you that it's bad. It didn't feel like a hammock at any point. So I don't think of it as like this like slope in the bed, but it definitely felt like parts of the bed were still brand new and parts of the bed were very broken in. And I think that's because I'm not a back sleeper. So I'm primarily a side sleeper. So if you're a stomach or back sleeper, I don't know if you're going to get the same results as me, right? I will tell you it's a firmer mattress because, and this is the original ghost bed, because it has that top layer of latex, and latex doesn't break down, guys. At least not to my knowledge. I mean, I feel like it keeps its shape the whole time. So like the initial feel of it going to sleep, you're always going to feel like really this bouncy. It's really nice and bouncy. So like if you're afraid of switching over to memory foam because you're like, well, I enjoy the bounce, the natural like springiness of a mattress, you're not sacrificing all of that. You still get some of that because the latex itself is a naturally very elastic material, so it has a lot of energy that it gives back to you. It doesn't feel like foam. And I would have been fine with it, but honestly, it's been so hot, and no matter how long we run this AC for, whatever, the nights have been crazy. It's like we got another heat wave. It's like triple digits today. It finally dipped below 80, and here we are at midnight, So I bought the LUXE 2 days ago. Well, I bought it a week ago or something like that. It came in 2 days ago. The LUXE is cool to the touch, guys. And that was a big thing because I was starting to get back pain a little bit, but that's because I was tossing and turning all night long on the ghost bed because I was just sleeping hot, man. Like, latex is naturally not a material that's going to like absorb a whole lot of heat. Like, it's not going to keep you hot. Like, that it's rubber, right? So rubber you would think would stay cold, but just it was a cotton fabric. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like very nice looking. It's white. You can go right now and look at any other ghost bed video and see exactly what I'm talking about. It's gray on the outside of the mattress, like on the borders of it, and then on the top, it's like a nice white quilt looking, just soft cotton cover, right? It's supposed to be really airy. And to its credit, I only felt a slight difference in temperature, like during the extreme heat. So if you live somewhere cold or whatever, and you see this, like, this doesn't apply to you. And if you don't sleep like a lava rock like I do, probably doesn't apply to you either. But dude, the Luxe is crazy. It feels different. First of all, it's all foam. There's no latex in the Luxe, which I don't know. So far, I like it, but I don't like to. My One of the things I liked about the original Ghost bed is you're definitely feeling like you're on the bed. You don't feel like you're in the bed. You don't feel like you're sinking. You don't feel like you're settling into the bed. You always feel like you're on top of the bed, which naturally would also keep you cooler, right? Because you're not surrounded by fabric, right? But this one is different. You sink a little deeper in, but it's very cool, guys. It's like you touch the cover and it's cool. Now I have like woken up in the middle of the night on the Luxe to take a piss and stuff, and it's not cool like after you've been lying in the same spot for like 5-6 hours. It's just not. But it stays cool enough to where my night sweats are not happening as much, and it gives you a nice 30-minute window to fall asleep cool, because the cover, like, it has like phase change material. I don't know the science behind it. All I know is when you touch it, it almost feels damp. Like, when you do a load of laundry and like it's not quite dry enough. Like it's wearable, and you could try to twist it and wring it out, but like no water would come out, but you can definitely feel the water in there. Like it's damp and like cool and a little bit heavier than it would be. You know what I'm saying? It has that feeling to it when you touch it. It's trippy, dude. Like I really enjoy it. And the memory foam is dense. It's not like Casper, which I've tried out. By the way, if you guys live in Southern California and you want to try out Casper in person, I thought they were online only, but I guess there's a Casper store now in the Topanga Mall. So go ahead and check that out. Whatever. I was on vacation out there, and I had my just randomly on vacation, so I'm not dressed to the nines or anything. I had my free ghost bed shirt that came with the mattress, right? And and I went and I walked in the store. I'm like, and I felt like like it was like a dude wearing all red walking into a Crip neighborhood. It was funny. They're like, "Oh, look, the competition just walked in," and I was like, "Well, all you guys are bed in a box," and I never, I know a lot of people are wanting to know what these things feel like before they buy them. All of them say, "Oh, you could free return after 100 nights or before 100 nights, whatever the case might be." And that's fine, but I think a mattress is such a personal thing. Like, you kind of want to know what you're getting into before you buy it. Yeah, so like if you're anything like me, you watch 100 reviews, you have everyone has their firmness to softness scale and all this stuff, and they have cool videos where they cut open the side of the bed so you can literally see all the layers, and they'll color code them and talk about what they're made of and all this stuff. I love those videos. I don't know why, but I'm like addicted to watching those videos. But it doesn't give you a real world sense of what they actually feel like, because their bodies in that video are not going to be the same as yours. They're not going to have the same back or shoulder or hip injuries that you may have had. You may be perfectly healthy. You may just naturally gravitate towards a rock-like mattress that's super, super firm. You may like something that's very bouncy. You may like something that like literally has no motion transfer, and you could like drop a rock and it would just land and sink to it with no bounce. Like, everyone has personal preferences, and then there's what you like, and then there's what your body likes, and you got to find the sweet spot, But right now, if I was to compare the two, Ghost bed's more springy and a little bit warmer. I'm not going to call it a warm bed. It's not, but I sleep hot. Like, I'm just a lava rock. Ghost bed Luxe, the top layer, the very top layer, first of all, it's like a pillow top type mattress because there's woven into you could see it like it's the ghost bed has just like a flat cover. This one has like, a wavy kind of like pocketed cover. You can go look it up online. It's fine, but they have gel memory foam woven in there. So it's like very cool when you lay down on it. And the foam there is dense. It's super dense. It doesn't feel, you don't sink in too much, and there's different layers. So like the top layer is very dense, wet feeling gel memory foam. And then below that you have like a bouncy layer. And then below that you have whatever, like a basic layer, another support layer. But it doesn't feel like I sink too far in, that was my biggest fear. I was like, I don't want to get a Tempur-Pedic. I've laid on a Tempur-Pedic, and it's like the most comfortable bed to like hang out on, but to sleep on, oh my God, that thing is so hot. I've tried it. It is literally an oven. And I tried the Casper one in the store, right? And Caspers are weird too because there's no density to their foam. It feels like if you guys have ever gone to like, I don't know, like a place where there's a foam pit. If you've ever been in a foam pit, I don't know, whatever, a trampoline place with a foam pit, skateboard place with a foam pit, whatever. And you've just seen those pieces of foam. They're light and airy and they're really squishy. That's kind of like if you could picture like a big slab of those, that's kind of what a Casper feels like. Like there's actually a lot of bounce back on it, but it feels almost, I don't want to use the word cheap to me, but like it almost feels like there's nothing to it. Like you lay in it, it's not uncomfortable at all. I just felt like it was like a light, airy foam. Like I was almost like I was sleeping on a piece of Wonder Bread. I don't know, bro. It just wasn't for me. Might be for you guys, but the Casper mattress I tried in the store was their all foam mattress, the new one that came out, not an old one. Obviously, they're only have their brand new ones in the actual brick and mortar store. They're not going to be selling you old stuff, but it was all the way foam, and it was very springy and light and airy, but it just felt like I just couldn't see something like that holding up, lasting the test of time. And I didn't like it. It just felt like it was all give. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird because that type of foam, it collapses really easy, but it bounces back almost immediately, if that makes any sense. So like, yes, in theory, it was like supporting my body and like literally filling in the spaces, but I just felt like when I lay down on a bed, I don't want to feel like I'm falling through until the foam decides to, oh, okay, it's time to expand again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to have some density there. I want to feel like I purchased something that's like got some tech in there. This just felt like, wow, you guys crammed a bunch of spongy foams together of varying densities, and I'm just like in a foam pit, in a non-pitted foam slab. That makes, I don't know. If you live in Southern California, check it out. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about at the Topanga Mall, the Casper store. The last thing I'll tell you is my back was starting to hurt again from tossing and turning on the old Ghost bed. Well, with Ghost Bed Luxe, I'm a supporter of Ghost Bed. I'm gonna sell my Ghost Bed. I have nothing but good things to say about it, and it saved my back. Unfortunately, it only lasted me 4 years before I decided to upgrade. But brand loyalty, I'm sticking with the brand. And here's another last thing I'm gonna say. Right? Okay, Tyler, get off already. Dude, if you have a Costco membership, buy it through Costco. And also check out for deals on HomeDepot.com, because the thing with Ghost Bed, unlike Casper, unlike Purple, unlike a lot of these other mattresses, they do deals with brick and mortar, like big retailers, not Walmart, because Walmart has their own one. I think it's called Allswell. I think that's the one Walmart sells. But they're still bed in a box primarily, and they still usually always run promos on Ghost Bed. But if you want to try a Ghost Bed, they have all the different types except for like the crazy expensive one that you can only get on Ghost Bed's website, whatever. But if you want to get the LUXE, the one I got that has a cooling cover, if you want to get the one that has a cooling cover but inner springs in them, so it's not an all foam bed and it's a slightly less cool than mine, or if you want to get the original, just peruse the web, of course, but like I would say if you have a Costco membership, I haven't seen a price cheaper than anywhere than on Costco. And then Home Depot was having some crazy sales. Go on Home Depot's website and search Ghost Bed, and you'll find a whole line of their products. And it's usually as cheap as the Ghost Bed website or cheaper. So just kind of be looking through there just to give you an idea. I financed my bed for free. There was zero interest financing. They're always working with these different creditors. When I bought my original Ghost Bed through the Ghost Bed website, but I got a great deal on that. It was crazy. It was like $700 for a queen. And I got 6 months to pay it off in payments, zero interest if I paid it off every month on time, which you can't really beat that, right? And then this one I bought cash through Costco. So look at Costco. There's other mattresses at Costco too. I think the Sealy Cocoon line is there. Maybe Casper is selling certain mattresses on Costco, but definitely if you're looking and interested in Ghost Bed and you want to sleep cooler and it's time for that upgrade, big stamp of approval. I'm going to be selling my original Ghost Bed. It's only 3.5, 4 years old. Yeah, so again, this is not going to be a review channel, but I just told some people I would talk about it. And I know a lot of you guys are sick and tired of seeing the same big budget dudes that always, review mattresses, do stuff. So this is a real life one. And going to be putting my original Ghost Bed up on Facebook or some shit. I don't know how I'm going to sell it, but probably ask like $200-300 for it and see what I can get. I know it's kind of weird selling used mattresses, but mattresses are friggin' expensive. So listen, no judgment here. But yeah, highly recommend Ghost Bed, LUXE if you're a hot side sleeper and you weigh between like 180 and 200 pounds. And also my girlfriend sleeps on her stomach and she loves it too. It's crazy. So, and it stays very cold. You have like a nice, I would say 20-minute to 45-minute window of that cool feeling when you lay on it. And obviously the thickness of your sheets and stuff is going to dictate, how much of the cooling stuff you feel too. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, anyways, that's my review. That's why I switched. That's the difference in how they feel, in my opinion. You stay on the top on both of them, but the Ghost Bed LUXE, you sink in a little bit more, but you don't feel like you're in the bed. You still feel like mostly you're on the bed. Just get a little bit more sinking into the mattress and a little bit more hugging your curves. A little bit more. Not much, but it's definitely more comfortable, in my opinion, and cooler. All right, guys. Thanks. Garage Goons bed review, I guess. Kind of weird, huh? Random. Anyways. Peace.